Today, we're going to be talking about the most important area of the football pitch, our midfield. It seems like it is a big problem because we didn't sort out last summer. So we have some aging players. I don't think they want to be here. And we got some players which we are interested in, but they do cost a lot of money. So we're going to look into that, see what's up, and get a good opinion about the players here. So before we get started though, welcome to Chelsea Plus. If you don't mind liking and subscribing, all that lovely stuff, with some great videos coming on, subscribe to be here first. So we're going to start off by talking about one of my favourite players of all time, N'Golo Kante. Now he has less than 1 year left on his contract, so it's a big time for him. He's getting much older now, he's 31 years old, and this is a big time in his career. He's won everything he needs to at Chelsea and in world football. So pretty much now it's just down to what he's down to do and how much effort he can put into it. It does look like he may want to go back to PSG because they are offering. Now PSG won't sign him in January simply because they know they can get him for free next season. And someone like N'Golo Kante on the pitch, especially the Champions League games, I feel like he'll be a huge improvement on some players. You can interchange with Verratti as well. So I just feel like he'd be a perfect player for PSG, which is a bit sad on Chelsea because personally I would like to keep him. But those injury records are a big no-no for me. So I understand if you do want to get rid of him, I ain't going to be complaining too much. Like I said, he's refusing to sign a new contract and PSG are offering. He was a bit upset with us changing managers all the time from Kante to Sarri to Lampard and now to Thomas Tuchel. And let's be honest, Tuchel and Kante, they're the partnership and a connection which not many managers have with players. Tuchel loved Kante, and I'm pretty sure Kante loved Tuchel. So now that Thomas Tuchel is gone, I do see Kante going. I don't see him signing a new contract. And let's be honest, would Bowley want to sign him with that injury record? Personally, I don't think he would. We're not going to get enough games out of him. And from what we're paying him, is it really worth it? Let's be honest here. Now, one person that will be a good replacement for Kante, I'm not saying a like-for-like replacement, but can play in the same position, is Bellingham. Chelsea are looking at Dortmund's Bellingham, along with a whole host of clubs, of course. Now, we all know Dortmund like to sell one big player every season. Last season, it was Sancho. This season, it was Haaland. Next season, it'll be Bellingham. Now, Bellingham is an extremely talented player. There's no surprise the likes of Man City, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Chelsea, heck, maybe Barcelona as well, are interested in Bellingham. This guy's a big game player as well. He's going to cost around £120 million, so he's not going to be cheap. And it's no surprise why. Bellingham is only 19 years old and he's already showing he's going to be one of the best players for not only England, but just world football. He seems to be a master of all traits, but I'm going to say one thing he is particularly good at. He's very good at dribbles. He's in the top 97% for dribbling past an opponent. His progressive passes are great as well. And his assists are in the top 95% as well. So this guy is extremely good midfielder that can do good on both sides of the pitch. He's not really bad at anything, to be honest. If I'm going to say what type of player he'll be like that's similar to the Chelsea side, maybe it's Kovacic. Except for Bellingham has a lot better, I feel, goal or an assist here. So Bellingham and Kovacic, I feel like on that free roam defensive midfielder role will be huge on that right hand side. I feel like if we have both of them, we'll be set up for a long time, let's be honest. And we'll be having my favourite partnership, one old and one young there. So I really feel like it'll work very well, in my opinion. Is it worth the 120 million? Now personally, I do think we have other areas in the pitch we do need to sort out. But Bellingham is someone you don't miss out on. You have to try. I do know Todd Bowley was very upset with us not going in for Tchouaméni. I'm upset with that as well. This guy's an elite defensive midfielder. I feel like he can't miss out the opportunity for someone like Bellingham. So let's see what happens here. I think he'll suit in nicely, a nice Kante replacement. Like I said, not like for like, but I do think he'll fit in like a glove at Chelsea. But if I was going to give my opinion on where I think he'll be going, I really feel like he'll be going Man City, to be honest. I just see it. I see the way how he talks with Haaland and how they fit in. And if he wants instant success, Man City will be. But there's no shame in putting in an offer. Let's see what happens. Along with N'Golo Kante though, we should be worried about his partner in crime next to him, Jorginho. Now Jorginho is someone that is very loved and hated in the Chelsea fan base. So a few of you guys will be happy, a few will be sad. I'm indifferent. I understand what he does, but I do understand he relies on the system to be good. So Jorginho is someone that is looking to leave, it looks like. Looks like he did offer himself to Barcelona, and maybe that'll be a good replacement for Sergio Busquets, who has had a long career. Someone like Jorginho who can control the game. Similarly, obviously he's nowhere near as good physically as Sergio Busquets. Busquets is one of those goats of the games, let's be honest. It's going to be hard to replace. Busquets isn't really playing every game now. Jorginho may be a good replacement for him. We all know Xavi seems to love Chelsea players. He saw something special with Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea that he wants to implement with a Barcelona style. That's why he's taken a lot of Chelsea players and signings. So I really do feel like Jorginho will be leaving. I don't think he'll be signing a new contract. I don't really think Todd Bowley or Graham Potter would want to sign him on a new contract. I don't know. I feel like he maybe wants to go a while, especially with the reports of him wanting to go Juventus, and with him offering himself to Barcelona. He's kind of putting a few words in his mouth without him saying anything. So that is one person you should be worried about. And with all this Jorginho talk, we are still going to be getting Declan Rice talk. So some of you guys may be rolling your eyes. Me personally, I do like Declan Rice. Is he overrated? Personally, I don't think so. I don't think anyone really rates him that highly. We just know he's one of those midfielders where if you put him in the right system, I can imagine him doing quite good. And he is still quite young. He started off in defence, he's moved into midfield. I feel like he's added more to his game as the season goes on. I personally would like him. And even with Thomas Tuchel's departure, Chelsea's long-term vision is still to sign Declan Rice. There are people that remain in the club that are set on going for Declan Rice when the time arrives. And I'm not really surprised with this. I can imagine Graham Potter would like Declan Rice. He has been in the league for a while, so I can really imagine him liking someone like that. He is very versatile. He can even play as a middle centre-back if needed to, but I do like him in the defensive midfielder roles. His interceptions, pass completions, and progressive carries are one of the best for a midfielder in his position. So they are something to keep an eye on. He is very press resistant as well. Does he need to add some stuff to his game? Yes, but I feel like he can easily do that underneath a right manager, and I do think Graham Potter is that type of guy to really get the best out of someone like Declan Rice. I do think as well Declan Rice will suit our squad like a glove. He likes most of the players here. He's played for our academy already, and he already lives in London. I do feel like he'll suit Chelsea for sure. So this seems to be a long-term board signing. No matter what happens, Declan Rice will always be on the cards here. So we're going to have to keep talking about it until he comes. Let's see what happens there. We are going to have to wait to see when the best time to sign him is. I do think that'll be next season, because next season will be West Ham's chance to sell Declan Rice for the most amount of money they can. It seems like he doesn't want to sign a new contract. He's just running it down. He's not going to put any comments in the press or hand in a transfer request, because he does like West Ham, where he is slowly running down his contract. So I'm not quite sure how much we'll be buying him for. Maybe it'll be around 100 mil. Do you guys think it's worth it? Me personally, 100 mil on Bellingham and Rice, I mean, that's a little bit overkill. I do think Declan Rice is someone a bit more obtainable though, since Bellingham will have a whole host of clubs after him, and there's no surprise, he is a luxury player, someone like Bellingham. Whereas someone like Declan Rice, I feel like he's something we don't have in the squad. Not many teams will be after him. So let's see what happens. Anyways, that's it from me. What do you guys think about our midfield situation? Are you happy with Jorginho and Kante going? And what's your thoughts on Bellingham and Declan Rice? Tell me in the comments below. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and peace.